Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. So today we are flying to Boston. We were discharged, I think it was like 11 days ago from her 3-month-long hospital stay. And it is 8:21 right now. And we have to leave at 10:30 to go to the hospital, to go to the airport. But we have not packed a single thing. So I made my list yesterday, and I'm just going to pack and hopefully get done really fast. So I guess we'll see if we can get everything done in time and not forget anything. The first thing I packed was her supplies, since that is the most important thing for me to bring, and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to forget anything. So I did have a list that I was constantly looking at, and that organization system that I bought actually is from Target. Karoline does have more supplies, but those are just the main ones that I use daily for her, so I just keep them close to her crib because it's a lot easier when I'm getting her out in the morning and when she's going to bed. When we are traveling, I do like to pack Karoline's stuff as organized as I can, just because it makes things easier, and her medical supplies I carry onto the plane with us just in case I need something and I know exactly where everything is. At this point, I did not have breakfast yet, so I decided to make my breakfast while I was packing, just to kind of knock it out and make things easier. This is the cooler that I'm taking. I bought it from the gift shop at Boston Children's Hospital before we left. And I have to keep her omeprazole cold, so I went ahead and put some ice packs in there. And then I'm also putting her formula that I'm already going to pre-make in there as well. Before drawing Karoline's omeprazole, I do have to gently shake it because it is a compound medicine. So I'm just measuring it out, and then her omeprazole does leak a little bit when we're in the plane. Typically I put it in a freezer bag, but I didn't have one, so I just wrapped it in the Ziploc and then plastic wrap to see if that would help keep it contained if it did leak. Now I'm giving her omeprazole, and she is on a G-tube now. She doesn't have a GJ anymore, so I push her omeprazole meds and then I have to flush it with water. And Karoline is such a big help. She loves helping me push her meds. Now I am mixing her formula. She was on a pre-made formula, and now she is on the L-Care Junior, which is a powder. So I do have to mix water with it. So I do have to read the instructions because I'm still new to mixing it the way we're supposed to. And I just needed to mix enough to get us to Boston. We do get 30 feeding bags a month for Karoline, so we just use 1 bag a day. And then I am priming her pump for whenever I'm ready to hook her up. Okay, so I'm done packing Karoline's stuff. So she has this bag she'll take with her, and it is her milk and her machine. So this is ready. I just have to put it in the fridge, and then I'll hook it onto her once we're about to leave. And then this bag has her medicine for her acid reflux. And then I put a couple waters in there for her formula, and then her pre-made formula, which something is leaking already. So I guess I'm gonna have to figure that out. Well, I was worried about her medicine leaking, and I guess I should have been worried about her formula leaking. Okay, that was a little crazy. So we repacked. So I put her milk in this, which is Bubby's. And then we have our medicine, some waters. And this I will put in the fridge so it can stay cold. We're leaving in 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then it was pretty easy to pack her stuff. Her stuff was already packed because I never unpacked it when we got back to Boston. So her clothes is still in here. So I just picked out a couple outfits because we won't need much. A pack of wipes. Yes. And then I only have 3 diapers. So I'm going to have to go get more diapers. Probably either when I land. And then all her supplies that I'm going to need. And I still have to pack my stuff. But my suitcase broke. So I'm going to have to put my stuff in here with hers. And then I am taking my double stroller because it'll be easier for me to get around. So this is ready to go in the fridge. This is ready to go in the fridge. And then just have to pack my stuff and we are good to go. We got to the airport a few hours before our flight. I like to get there early because Karoline has her G-tube, so she cannot go through the metal detectors. So they always have to pat me down and then they go through all of our stuff. So it is a little bit of a process, but the airport does offer TSA cares, and you just call the number and then you tell them your flight information and what's going on with your child and how you need help, and they actually will call you and meet you at the front of the airport and walk you through TSA, and they just make it a whole lot smoother so you're not waiting in line, and it just speeds up the process tremendously. What do you think? What do you think? Caroline. Caroline. Where are we going? Caroline. Where are we going? Are we going to Boston? A little hack is when I land in Boston, I go ahead and order my food while I'm still on the plane. That way the food usually gets there right when I get there or a little bit before, and it's so much easier to grab the food on the way to check in than to check in, go to the room, and then go down and then go back up. I'd rather do it in just one trip. This is our first time staying in this hotel, so walking in this hallway was pretty intense just with the black doors and the big bright red carpet. So I was a little nervous for what the room was gonna look like, but it actually was really cool. Oh! Say oh! Okay, so it is the next day. We did not sleep well last night at all. So we kept waking up every couple hours. And Karoline was just really fussy. So it's already, let me see, it's already 11:12. And we have to be at the hospital at 12:30 because her procedure is at 2. So, and we have to walk. And we're staying somewhere new, and it's about a 1.5 mile walk, my MapQuest said. So we probably have to book it. Probably it's going to take me a good little bit to get there. Okay, here's our room tour. Say, the cool thing is there's blackout curtains. Whoops. So you control everything from here. On the iPad that's in the room, you can control what color is above the shower, and then you can control if the TV is making music or if you just want to watch regular TV on there. And then if you want your room cleaned, you can request it on that iPad as well. So I have everything ready that I'm gonna need for the day in my backpack, and I'm just getting Karoline in the stroller before we have to go on our little journey to the hospital. We go to the Hell building and we go to the 3rd floor, and we have to check in at a desk, and at the desk they'll give us a wristband for Karoline, and then we have to wait in a little waiting area, and then they have a person that will come get us, and then they will take us to our pre-op room. We're waiting. Yes. No. Ow. Thank you for my kiss. Thank you for my kiss. They were running behind, so we did have to wait over an hour than our normal wait for the OR to open up for Karoline. So I just tried to entertain her as best as I could, and I just made her little hand balloons. And then the nurse took her out to the nurse's station and just to say hi. And the nurse that we had, we've been with her since Karoline was 6 months old, so she already knew Karoline. And then when the anesthesiologist came, he actually brought this car so Karoline could just drive it around until it was time for her to go back. Gosh.
Yeah, we can do 3.2.
And that's the first time she's ever gone back to the OR. in a little car, which was like the cutest thing ever. I actually was tearing up when I was waving bye to her. It just was so stinking cute. So we just got back to the hotel. We were in the PACU a little longer than we normally are. Karoline was having trouble keeping her oxygen up. You can come here. Come here. Come here. She was having trouble keeping her oxygen up, so it was staying around 89 to 90, and it has to be above 95 for her to go. And so I did about an hour and a half of chest PT to get her to cough, because she just had a bunch of junk in her lungs that she just needed to cough up. And once she started coughing and they gave her her nebs, then she was able to sat. I think it was like 98 or so. So she did good. She's very sleepy. And I'm about to give her her omeprazole and then just pack. Make sure everything's ready for us to leave tomorrow, because we do leave at 7:30 in the morning to go to the airport. I think our plane leaves around 10:30. I'm not quite sure, so I need to check on that. But yes, it's early. But all right, that will be all for today's update. Oh yeah, her esophagus was at a 7, which last time it was at an 8. So it did go down a little bit. Ow. And so we'll come back in about 3 weeks to Boston for another procedure. And they dilated it to a 10.5. So we'll see if that works and if it'll stay open. So, but we're probably gonna get ready and go to bed. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, we did see some bird friends in the airport in Boston. Who knows how they got in, but they were there. And that is all for today's video. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.